channel, Steve Composer here at the Adventuring and Camping School in northeast Thailand, and I'm still talking about raised platforms. It's on my mind at the moment because I think a lot of people either forget about or don't talk about raised platforms, getting yourself off the ground. You can talk about ground sheets and you can build yourself all the fancy shelters in the world, lean-tos, debris shelters, spider shelters, and forget about floods. When it rains, you're just going to have water flowing across your shelter, flowing across your camp, water flows everywhere, so forget about floods. And that's going to be uncomfortable. Even a ground sheet is not going to do anything when you've got water flowing in. And the easiest way to get off the ground is by building platforms. And here's a skeleton or the main elements of a platform. I don't even have enough poles to complete it. Doesn't matter. And you can make these sort of platforms as long as you want and as wide as you want. This one here, there's 6-foot poles running this way. I can have 10 people laying down there. You just want to build yourself, or you may want, just a nice working platform to sit on. You can even make fires up here. So that's what you want. Now what you're doing here is getting wooden poles. The base beams can be trunks as big as you want, massive tree trunks. The bigger they are, the higher you're going to get off the ground. Even this one, you're going to be a good half a foot off the ground. Now you can go as high as you want. I can now put these beams across here, build the floor here. I can now put more beams across this way and build another floor. I can go up in a pyramid and you can see how high you're going to get. And obviously you need poles to do that, sure. And I'm looking at 2 to 3 inch poles are fine. Now your support beams, as I said, can be a lot bigger. I can now put a big tree trunk on the ground, another tree trunk running this way, as high as you want. But your final poles, I mean even 2 inch poles, you know, is big enough and strong enough to span more than 6 feet to lay down. 1 inch poles, which obviously you need a lot more, might make a more comfortable bed, or 1 inch poles. You've seen that in my raised platform shelters. But I mean, this system here, you can do anything you like. The possibilities are endless, the options are endless. And you can make yourself a nice raised platform under a tree, a ridge, a tarp over, anything you like. So that's pretty much the easiest way to do raised platforms. Yes, you need logs and poles. You may have to cut poles and so forth. If you had time, if you want to build yourself a log cabin or something, you can plane down these to make them flat. You can split them in half. That's going to take a lot of work and so forth. You can do a temporary shelter, and if you want to build yourself a more permanent log cabin, then you can split planks and or logs in half to make nice flat floors. The trick is going to be to find poles that are as smooth as possible. Knots and branches coming out can be knocked down with an axe or a machete, and that's all you need in this sort of situation. If you have an axe, a small axe or hatchet, full-size axe is better, and a machete, some sort of good chopping machete, that's all you need to build basically any shelter out there. Pretty much the best way and the easiest way, or almost the easiest way, I guess, to build yourself a raised platform to get off the ground, to get off water, to get insulation between the ground, to get up away from rainwater, storm water and so forth, and even creepy crawlies, insects. These sort of raised platforms won't stop snakes, but it's a good psychological barrier to be up off the ground. I'd rather be up this high on a platform than down on the ground, even on a plastic sheet. So there it is. I hope you found that interesting, and I'll see you next time.